I'm Stone Cold Steve Austin. Welcome to the Broken Skull Sessions. Today, my guest is 14-time world champion, the Viper, Randy Orton. Dang, kid, how are you?
I'm doing great. I'm happy to be here, and I got to say, I don't think we've really cut it up much ever in this.
Why is that?
I don't know. I'll be honest with you. I figured you didn't like me all too much. Now, I don't know why, but I think maybe, just maybe,
dude, was there
you weren't too fond of me, but...
well, I left about 2003. When'd you come in?
I debuted in April '02, so I think we crossed paths. I believe I ate a stunner better than anyone ever ate a stunner, by the way.
We might get to that in the conversation.
Okay.
No, but I think it was I was kind of at the end of my run. You were coming in, young, good-looking kid, white meat baby face, ton of potential.
Sure.
And I was just kind of doing my thing, and dude, I was kind of a loner anyway.
I get that.
But yeah, this is the first time we've ever really chopped it up, and since this is the first time. Everybody always talks about, Randy, when you start a conversation, an icebreaker. Because my gimmick with the glass broke, this is a glass breaker. So
got it.
If you care to join me,
be my pleasure.
Cheers.
Thanks for having me. Cheers, babe. That's some good shit right there.
Dude, for a guy that doesn't drink a whole lot of beer, you did pretty good.
Yeah, thank you. That's good.
Say, man, how you doing?
I'm doing great. Very happy. Life is treating me very well. I'm blessed, man. What can I say?
Have you always been happy, or are you just at a place in your life where things are going good?
I'd say that I'm 40 now. I've been around, and I can look back at the career that I've had, and through all the ups and all the downs, like I see how fortunate I am to be in the position I'm in, how blessed I was to be where I'm at and to be in this awesome company. I just try as hard as I can to be a good man, to be a good performer, to give the fans what they want. But the most important thing to me is to make sure that my wife and my kids are good. And I feel like when they are, and when I'm firing on all cylinders, that everything else kind of falls into place. So where I'm at right now in my life is a happy place.
That's good.
Yeah.
I was sitting there kind of getting ready to talk to you and look at the body of work. And I remembered when you came into the territory way back in the day.
Yep.
I've always thought highly of your work. I was a big fan of your dad growing up. And so your work has always been there. But then the promos were there. They were, a good promo. But then all of a sudden they just turned into just daggers. And I was like, holy, the guy's been in 20 years. And you're just now putting out what I think is the best Randy Orton we've ever seen. Would you agree, or am I full of shit?
No, you're not full of shit. I think you're right. And I think I'm extra hard on myself. And when I look back at everything I've done in the business, you've won the Royal Rumble twice, 3 times. I'm sorry, I've won it twice. I've been in, I think I'm close to having more televised matches than any other talent ever in the WWE. I think like 20 or so away from Kane and Shawn and Jericho. And then like I've been around, but the promos, they were always mediocre. And I was concentrating on the in-ring stuff. And I did that for years. And I even remember that the reason why I give you a little bit of shit and I say you weren't too fond of me is I know you've done interviews before where you shit on my promos. And, at the time, I'm like, but you were right. And I think it was Michael Hayes not too long ago. He said, Randy, if you look at all the guys that have had a Hall of Fame career, they were all good workers, but could cut a good promo, a great promo. They were great on the mic. You're not great on the mic, but you're kind of in that mix. And that's odd to me. And he said that to me. And it's like I need to give this more thought.
Did it piss you off to a degree, or were you like, hey, man, here's a guy that's been up front with you?
Well, the relationship I have with Michael, we're both very upfront with each other. So it didn't piss me off per se, but it's almost like for years I didn't want to hear it. When you had said that my promos were the I didn't want to hear it. You know what I mean? I knew that I was good enough to get by and do my thing. When you talk about the downs as opposed to the ups, those downs would put me in that funk to where I was good enough to stay out all night, not treat myself the best possible way I could be treating myself, and sleep in, miss the gym, show up to work, wipe the sleep out of my eye, put on my boots, and go kill it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I've always been so blessed in that regard, but I realized about a year ago how important promos were. And it's embarrassing to say, especially to someone like you, that it took me that long to realize that. And I think the fact that they were decent, it was enough to get by. There was even a time in my career where they wouldn't have me on the stick as much, and I knew why. It was because there was a lot of other guys better on the stick, but I'd have my match, and I'd do my best to steal the show. And if I wasn't in 5 segments with, talking segments backstage, I was okay with that because I knew I was getting myself over and the guy I was working with in that match later in the night. But that story that we tell, that constant thread throughout the show, what we say in the mic is so important when it comes to that, almost more important to the matches sometimes. And I found a way, through the little bit of acting that I have done, I found a way to kind of make it to where I can feel what I'm talking about. And when it first touched close to home was when I was working about a year ago with Edge. And Vince wanted me to say some where me and Edge went way back. It was just bullshit, like trying to find a way to bridge, the friendship between me and Edge. And I went to Vince 10 minutes before I was going to cut this promo, and I said, Vince, I'm not feeling this. I go, but when I was 19, in St. Louis, and I met Edge, and I just signed a developmental deal, and Edge came up to me and he said, maybe one day we'll be able to mix it up. Good luck to you, kid. And I remember that as a 19-year-old. And now here we are, 20 years later. That's real, and I was able to take that, add a little bit of, window dressing on it and make it something that I truly felt. So no matter what I'm doing, I try my best to really feel it. And it's a process with me. If I'm feeling it, I know I got it.
Speaking of dissecting some words, recently Monday Night Raw had a Legends reunion. Some of the Legends came back, and I mentioned, we were talking off camera about several of the matches that I enjoyed. I really enjoyed the match between you and Jeff Hardy.
Sure.
The way you really dissected the arm, attacked the body part, were slow and methodical, very vicious, very calculating. Of course, Jeff Hardy is an amazing worker.
Of course.
But I thought you stole the show, and there was a couple other good matches in that show, but you stole the show with just eviscerating several legends. And I have a clip here of you with one of our favorites, Mark Henry. Watch this. There's the offhand, out of camera shot.
Well, I'll be damned. Mark Henry in the flesh, the world's strongest man.
Gotta love Mark Henry.
In the flesh. I've been meaning to catch up with you today. I wanted to let you know that as of right now, I am officially entering myself in the 2021 Royal Rumble match. And I was curious if you did the same already. After all the years and years of wear and tear, I see that that's impossible. You'll probably never compete in a Royal Rumble match again.
I was going to say, what a ass.
Something else crossed my mind. Tonight is Legends Night, after all. It's a very important night. Got a lot of legends here. And here is Mark Henry, the world's strongest man, showing up on a scooter. How fast does that thing go anyway?
Dude,
Hopefully fast enough to get away from your ass.
Oh, not so fast.
Before you go, I was hoping maybe we could reminisce a little bit about years past, the good old days, back when you used to run with the Hall of Pain and you hit me with the world's strongest slam over and over and over. I owe you a lot of receipts. A lot of receipts, Mark. And I was thinking to myself, maybe I'd give you a pass because it's such a special occasion tonight, Legends Night and all. I would give you a pass, but only if you pedal your ass on out of here. Or do you want me to strike right now? Do you want me to hit you where you're standing?
And I love that man
pedal
so
your ass
much.
on out of here? How about go?
He's giving it back, right? He's giving it back.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Get out of here. Walk on out of here, Mark. Pedal on out of here. Scoot on out of here. Get out of my
What
arena.
a good sport.
Awesome sport.
And like you said, circle of life.
Yeah.
He's giving it back.
Giving it back.
Thank you, Mark. Thank you, Mark.
Well, dig this. I just heard about a dating website where the women hunt you. Yeah, that's right. It's called CougarLife.com. So, who are the women on CougarLife.com, you ask? I will tell you. They're divorcees that are desperate to date. Single moms who are tired of sitting at home. And single women in their sexual prime. The one thing they all have in common is they're all prowling CougarLife.com looking for a hot young stud. So if you're tired of playing games with girls at the bar, join CougarLife.com for free. That's right, for free. And meet women who know what they want. Hey, guys, do I need to spell it out for you? With over 4 million members and someone new joining every 16 seconds, Cougar Life is so confident you'll hook up with a hot cougar, they now guarantee it. Who hadn't fantasized about being with a MILF? Ho-ho! That's every guy's dream.
See, what I feel now, when you talk, and we'll go to some more promos during the shoot, but now I feel like even I saw some videos of you and OVW. I saw one from SmackDown several years ago where you can articulate, you can say, hey, here's what's up.
Yeah.
But the words didn't have any bite.
No, none.
Now I feel like there's malice, there's an intent behind the words that I don't just hear someone talking anymore.
Right.
I feel someone talking, and when I feel something, it's like hearing that good
Well, dig this. I just heard about a dating website where the women hunt you. Yeah, that's right. It's called CougarLife.com. So, who are the women on CougarLife.com, you ask? I will tell you. They're divorcees that are desperate to date. Single moms who are tired of sitting at home. And single women in their sexual prime. The one thing they all have in common is they're all prowling CougarLife.com looking for a hot young stud. So if you're tired of playing games with girls at the bar, join CougarLife.com for free. That's right, for free. And meet women who know what they want. Hey, guys, do I need to spell it out for you? With over 4 million members and someone new joining every 16 seconds, Cougar Life is so confident you'll hook up with a hot cougar, they now guarantee it. Who hadn't fantasized about being with a MILF? Ho-ho, that's every guy's dream.
Okay, but let's talk about that, because you get called up to the main roster. We're going to talk a little bit about Undertaker, but tell me then, since we're here now, about what Triple H and what Ric Flair did for you.
Little things where maybe the regular fan doesn't even notice, but you do enough of those little things, then all of a sudden your work tightens up, and now I'm believing this guy a little more. So little thing after little thing after little thing after little thing, and then that's where I kind of found my niche after I blew the shoulders out half a dozen times. It was like, okay, so I can't do all this. Let me tone it down. Oh, wow. If I slow down, if I put a guy in a hold and don't just sit there, don't call it a rest hold. It's all about the body language. You know, it's like doing this and him trying to fight and then fight. It's just little things. And those cameramen, those guys get right there and they see every little wrinkle on your face.
But you were good about putting the guy deep in the crux of your elbow, no gaps, tight,
Little
using
things
the
like that.
leverage,
Yeah,
twisting
right,
around,
right.
where it is actually a hold and
Yeah.
you're torturing somebody.
Right,
now you're
right,
not
right.
just sitting there.
Right.
And that's presentation.
Sure. And it was from bell to bell, everything like that. And there was a lot of stuff outside of the ring too, how to carry yourself and whatnot. But I learned so much from riding with Hunter, riding with Rick, and Rick's a blast. He's absolutely crazy in the best way possible.
Oh, I know exactly what you're talking about. I would say the same thing.
Nobody could not love that man.
In my opinion, I don't know where you're at on the spectrum, because you've got your list of guys, but in my opinion, Ric Flair's the GOAT. So
I think there's a bunch of guys tied for that position, but he's one of them. You know what I mean? But yeah.
But as that world champion that traveled to represent the belt like you did, I thought it was up there. We've got some footage of an early match that you had with The Undertaker.
Oh,
Undertaker
okay.
was very giving in this match. Boy, look at this young buck here.
Yeah, I think I was 22 years old here.
22.
22.
Dude.
With the bike shorts on.
I started at 24, and you're light years ahead of me, you know, at about the same stage of our game. Okay, Taker just kind of having a little fun here,
He was
right?
having a lot of fun. Yeah, you can tell.
Pretty nimble there. Oh, hip toss, a couple arm drags. Here we go, arm drag. Sends him in for the ride. Big bag drop. Are you kidding me?
Undertaker took a hip toss and a backdrop.
And a clothesline over.
And they cut it all out.
And go to the top row.
That's probably the only time I've ever done that.
Dude, you talk about giving. Like, I don't know why he liked you so much, but he really took a liking to you.
The respect factor when it came to Taker when I broke in, knowing that he had a part to play and being willing to do that with me, knowing that he was giving me all that offense.
There he is. You duck a punch, come in, send him back in for the ride. Oh, there's that big drop kick. It improved another drop kick.
Oh my God, he took 2 bumps for me in a row. Look at that, Jesus.
Time to slow you down, kid.
Hey.
Oh, DDT.
He took 10 bumps for me.
Watch this. Oh, he posed you up.
I love it.
He had to get it back, right? Messing with you after he shined you up.
Right.
Reversal.
There's
All right.
there's guys that don't like being reversed. I'll show them a clip of Tucker
Nice.
letting me reverse him. See what they say about that, right?
Kicks out. False finish right there, right?
Yep.
Boy, I tell you what. I haven't seen him be this friendly to most of his opponents. Okay, Snake Eyes, what's your
Yeah.
big boot, kid?
Let's see what kind of bump.
Nice.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay. All right.
That's it.
Yep.
No, not quite. Kicked out.
That's like a trip down memory lane. I haven't
Yeah.
seen this for so long.
Okay, I think it's over now.
Oof.
Yeah,
Felt that one.
here we go. Nice respectful cover there. You know.
Yeah.
Okay,
Oh my God.
what are your thoughts about that?
What are my thoughts about that? Well, the position I was in that night to work with him, like, again, common thread throughout this interview is how lucky and blessed I was. And for whatever reason, he saw something in me. And this was before any of the evolution stuff. This was before Triple H and Ric Flair took a liking to me. This was him seeing something in me and him having something to do with being in the ring with me that night. And he gave me so much offense. He gave me so much offense. After the match, we get back up to Gorilla, and Vince gives him like, "What are you doing out there?
You're our guy. What are you doing?
What are you doing?" Arm drags, hip tosses, back drops, 2 drop kicks, double bump, come up. So Taker says something along the lines of Vince's, full circle, man, that's what we do. Isn't that what we're trying to do here? Get guys over? Like, that's the position I'm in, kind of thing. And I just remember sitting there back there. I wasn't a part of the conversation, but a fly on the wall. And I just remember thinking, like, wow, okay. And now here I am in the position I'm in. And one of the many instances where a guy back then who had been around was a legend already. And it's like, here, kid, I'm going to give you this. What you choose to do with it is up to you. And who you turn out to become one day is up to you, but I'm going to go out on a limb and say you're worth it. That match is so important to me in that regard. Side note, very funny, this was back when we taped SmackDown, and by the time the show aired that the match was on, all my offense was taken out. It was like a 3-minute deal. Rightfully so, but in the moment, I'll remember that forever.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's cool.
Well, dig this. I just heard about a dating website where the women hunt you. Yeah, that's right. It's called CougarLife.com. So, who are the women on CougarLife.com, you ask? I will tell you. They're divorcees that are desperate to date. Single moms who are tired of sitting at home. And single women in their sexual prime. The one thing they all have in common is they're all prowling CougarLife.com looking for a hot young stud. So if you're tired of playing games with girls at the bar, join CougarLife.com for free. That's right, for free. And meet women who know what they want. Hey, guys, do I need to spell it out for you? With over 4 million members and someone new joining every 16 seconds, Cougar Life is so confident you'll hook up with a hot cougar, they now guarantee it. Who hadn't fantasized about being with a MILF? Ho-ho, that's every guy's dream.
You're in the business for about 2 years, and you get handpicked to be in a group called Evolution.
Sure.
So how was this broken down to you? Because way back in the day, we was in Dothan, Alabama. I'm about to get a singles run as a United States champion with Harley Race as my manager.
Right.
All of a sudden, that gets in. Brian Pillman comes up to me and says, "Hey, kid, we need to come up with a finish." I said, "What are you talking about?" He goes, "We're a tag team." I said, "Bullshit, I'm fixing to run with Harley Race." He goes, "No, we're a tag team."
Right.
So, and I didn't want to do that. But obviously, here you are. You're about to go with some big names and form Evolution. How did this go down? What did you think?
It was pretty simple. I was younger. All the new guys would get out in the ring during the day at TV. I believe I was coming back from an injury at that time, but I was on the floor working with a guy. He had me in a figure 4, and I was selling. And I was just working on my selling. And I remember Triple H coming over, and I knew he was watching, so I started turning it up a little bit. I'm doing everything I can to get him to notice. And later that day, someone came to me and he goes, we're thinking about doing this thing with you, Triple H and Ric Flair. And later I come to find out it was Hunter that saw me that day in the ring. Oh, that kid's got something. Oh, Cowboy Bob's son? Okay, well, if the apple don't fall too far from the tree, maybe we got something here. And what a huge thing for me. And I understood how awesome that was for me at that point in my career, but as just a child, I had no idea of really understanding the scope of what was happening there. And looking back, I'm the first one to admit how lucky I am that those two men right there took a liking to me, took me under their wing. And Rick, he was like, he was like my road dad. Like, he was great. I've broken down before to him. He's talked to me about real life, like he's, we're all human beings, and everybody needs a little therapy session and a car ride from time to time. Real life, like, we all our hearts beat, we're all the same, but we're performers, and there's not a lot of longevity in this business. And I think from that part of my career till now, and for the next maybe 10 years, longevity, that's a legacy I want to leave behind, is that I was around for X amount of years working a full-time or close to full-time schedule.
When you guys are going down the road, I assume a lot of times you guys are riding together, right?
Yes.
Man, like in my old territory in USWA, Dutch Mantell was one of my main mentors. Would Flair preach to you or teach you or sit you under the learning tree? Or would he maybe only offer you advice if you asked for it? How did that go with him?
A little bit of both, but I think with Rick, so Hunter was more one of the guys who would always want to talk to business. And you know Hunter better than I do. Like, this is everything to him, right? And Rick was a little different, and I know you know Rick very well too. So Rick was more just having fun. Rick was trying to get back, like, Hunter, you want a T-bone? Like, let's get to the hotel. The bar's still open. You know what I mean? And so I learned a lot from Hunter about the business. I learned a lot from Rick about, like, after you get in the car and you're trying to get back to the next town because you got some fun to get into,
Yeah.
But I'd say with Rick specifically, the in-ring stuff, watching how calm he was, watching him just call it and do he had his stuff that he did better than anybody, his character stuff that only Rick could do. And that's all he needed to do. And you were satisfied. And it was like, wow, this guy got to a point in this industry where he's so beloved and respected that that's all he needs to do. He had figured it out. And so many guys figure it out, Steve, but I feel like there's a very few that really get it and are just here. I'm not there, but I damn well want to be there. And picking brains of guys, even Triple H to this day, the position he's in, and we've been fortunate enough lately to have him at Raws and to have him around, to have him produce stuff and to be able to grab his ear. He's always got an answer. And maybe it's not always the best answer, but he's always got a way to get your mind to start going, and then you get to where you need to go. He's great to have around. And Rick's around still too because of Charlotte. So it's really, it's that brotherhood that we formed 20 years ago, it's still there, more or less, and I enjoy the hell out of it.
In this part of your career, if you're with these guys in Evolution, would your dad, because he's second generation and your dad, would he ever call you up and say, hey man, you ever think about trying this? Or would he stay out?
He would stay out unless I would ask him to specifically watch something.
He let you figure it out.
He let me figure it out. But if I ever needed anything, he was always there. But there was times where I would start talking about something to do with work, or I'd start bitching. He was the first one to tell me to shut the f up, and you're lucky to be there, boy. And I, okay, you know what I mean? But very, short, sweet, to the point. But the couple tidbits that he's given me along the way, I know it was very valuable information. Exactly what those things were, Steve, I don't know. He picks me up, takes me to the airport, takes me home every week to this day. So that's kind of our time, that 30-minute ride to the airport. We'll talk about the show the night before. And the older he's got, he just turned 70 last year. The older he's got, he's just happy to see his son is successful. And I think he's kind of tickled to watch the show and see my growth in this industry. And every chance I get, I let him know how, like, Dad, I take care of him. I take care of my mom. I help them out. Like, because again, man, all these guys, Kevin Owens, all these guys, Daniel Bryan, all these guys that just hustled. I didn't do that. And like the least I can do is take care of the man that paved the way for me.
Right.
We went through bankruptcy when I was younger growing up, and like I was wearing Payless 9,000 red sneakers for 2 years, and my toes were popping out the sides. And my mom would cut my jeans in half for the summer, but they'd be a little too short, so I'd be wearing Daisy Dukes. I'm getting made fun of. Like it was hard. Like but he busted his ass for us to have everything we have, and now here I am. Money's good, worldwide, social media, movies, merchandise, the publicity. He missed out on that. But he gets to live it through me in a sense. And every once in a while, I'll catch him with a smirk on his face. He's proud of his son, and it means everything to me that I can make him proud.
So Evolution was great for both you and Batista. And I will say, Rick and Triple H.
Sure.
At the same time, when you and Batista got picked to be a part of Evolution, did it get heat in the dressing room, or were you impervious to that?
So I remember specifically getting up at a hotel. All the boys were staying. I go down to the breakfast buffet. There's probably a dozen of the boys sitting at this big table. Well, I know I'm coming down to meet with Triple H, who I'm riding with, and to have a little breakfast and go to the gym. So I come down. Triple H ain't there. All the boys, I ain't gonna name names, and I love every guy at that table now. But hey, Randy, come on over here, sit with us. Pull up a chair, kid. And I'm like, no, I'm
About to sit with the top guy.
well, no, I'll be over here. And then here I'm sitting, and now Hunter comes, he sits down, his back's facing them, and I just every once in a while glance, and they're all like, this mother. And that kind of just, that's how it was.
Yeah.
That's how it
is.
Yeah. And looking back, it's awesome. Like, of course, But like the position I was in, I'll take that, like you would too. Anyone at that table would too.
And I've watched guys, sometimes they'll get pushed a little too early.
Sure.
And it's not like, what do they push this guy for? But if you're that guy, what do you say to Vince? You know what, Vince? I think I need another 6 months on the bottom of the card.
Yeah.
I need another 6 months just kind of hanging out the PC.
Right.
No,
right.
you take whatever you can get.
You take the opportunity.
Yeah.
Just like, when Lanzangaria and Bruce said, oh, you got a good-looking kid there. He signed, thanks, Dad. Like, I took the opportunity, So same thing.
Hey, let's talk about the RKO.
Yeah.
It will become your signature finishing move. How did you get the move? How did you come up with the name? It's your initials, but
Right.
tell me about this.
So
Look at that.
yeah, hey,
And
baby.
you've caught this thing in some epic freaking flights.
Yeah. It just took on a mind of its own, man. And I'm so fortunate to work with so many guys that are so creative in the way that they'll have me hit them with it. Like I can't take credit for all these memes that were like I hit it out of a 360. Like I don't hey, think he could do a 780 off the deal, whatever springboard, and I catch it, it's their ideas. So I can't take all the credit. But as far as the move goes, of course there was a diamond cutter.
Yep.
And of course there was the ace crusher.
Yep.
So Laurinaitis had my back. And I was trying this move. I believe it was called the overdrive. And it was hurting my shoulder a little bit, which had already been fixed up. And so Laurinaitis was like, hey, man, do the ace crusher. So I said, okay, changed it up a little bit. Holy thank you, Johnny, because now I got this thing I can hit anybody with from anywhere. There's no setup, there's no nothing, boom, and it just happens. And as far as the RKO, the first night that I was doing it on TV, it might have been against Hurricane Shane Helms, but Vince is walking in the hallway. We needed a name for this thing. My Randy Keith Orton are my initials, and I came up. I'm like, TKO, RKO, this KO, KO, like RKO. Vince, what do you think? And he's just never skipped a beat, kept walking, didn't change his stride. Said, I like it, and that was it. Next thing you know, it's RKO.
It's
RKO.
a thing.
Yeah. So like again. Lucky, man.
Yeah.
Like right place, right time.
Well, dig this. I just heard about a dating website where the women hunt you. Yeah, that's right. It's called CougarLife.com. So, who are the women on CougarLife.com, you ask? I will tell you. They're divorcees that are desperate to date. Single moms who are tired of sitting at home. And single women in their sexual prime. The one thing they all have in common is they're all prowling CougarLife.com looking for a hot young stud. So if you're tired of playing games with girls at the bar, join CougarLife.com for free. That's right, for free. And meet women who know what they want. Hey, guys, do I need to spell it out for you? With over 4 million members and someone new joining every 16 seconds, Cougar Life is so confident you'll hook up with a hot cougar, they now guarantee it. Who hadn't fantasized about being with a MILF? Ho-ho, that's every guy's dream.
In a way, the RKO is somewhat similar to a stunner, but also very different.
Yeah.
RKO versus a stunner, which would be more effective? I mean, because RKO has worked wonders for you.
It has.
The stunner has worked wonders for me. Let's go to the tape. We got some footage. Oh, what's this? God, that's timing. That's sweet. That's sweet. Wait, did you tweak a leg?
No.
Oh, no. Scott Hall, look out. Here we go. Bam. Wham. Oh, you want another? Here you go.
Nice.
Nice ball. Nice
there
ball.
There you go.
Wham. No, reverse hit. Sweet.
Okay.
That's nice.
Okay.
Kurt Angle left, Kurt.
Oh, God.
See you later.
Who doesn't?
Oh, timber.
Okay.
Hook a leg. Okay, here we go. This is nice. This is one of my favorite ones.
Yeah, likewise.
Look at the rock. Oh, here you go. See you later. Oh, you want another one? Let me get you my sights. Wait for it. Wait for it.
As long as you can.
Wham! See you later.
He used to do the little rollover.
Never knew where. Okay, this is sweet.
Here we go.
That guy had a good future.
All my idea. All of it.
Oh!
Just kidding.
That was nice.
What was great about that? Oh, here we go.
Oh, look!
Look at that. If I still had an ass, back when I had a booty. Oh, thank you, Steve.
Tell me about that one spot.
Oh, no. Evan Bourne. So
Yeah.
Evan Bourne cut the shooting star. That dude could land like just anywhere, hit his mark. And the hard thing for me was be able to get up to my feet and then hit it. So we figured out, like I had to just lay down and wait for you. If you watch like a different camera angle, like I wasn't, but 2 feet off the mat.
Yeah.
I'm just laying down. I just went like this, Steve. I just went, like it was all him, but it was like, oh, that was the best ever. And isn't that how it goes?
Yeah.
Like we knew it was going to be cool if we hit it, but I remember they shot it real tight. We did it live television, and there you go.
When you have success like that, bad thing
Wow, goodness.
calls for a shot to the RKO and to the Stone Cold Stunner.
I like the sound of that, Steve.
You don't have to drink yours if you don't want to.
Oh,
if
I
you
don't?
I'll drink it for you.
Okay. Well, here. You can have mine.
There you go.
And I'll have this water. But then I'm going to do a little switcheroo. Hey, cheers, brother.
Measured.
Hey.
Cheers.
Cheers, man.
That is some good stuff.
What's that say? Stop reading, start drinking.
Oh, I just had to buy these cheapies. I couldn't get my Stone Cold
I was
glasses.
going to say, I might have to steal this from you.
I've got some history for you.
Please.
This is a bottle of Jack that Undertaker and I started.
So I think I've watched all the Broken Skull sessions. Loved them all. Have a few favorites. The one with Taker, I think it was the one that went the longest for obvious reasons. And when you guys broke that out, I was like, yeah.
You should have seen that at the end. I was trying to nail the finish of the show, and we did about 5 back-to-back ones after the ones on camera. So there was more carnage to come.
Sure.
But let's focus back on you.
Of course.
Because you were about to become the Legend Killer. You're in Evolution.
Honored, by the way. That's cool to know.
It is, and that's a shoot.
Yeah, hell yeah.
So how did the Legend Killer come about? Whose idea was that? It was a great idea.
I don't remember. Simple as that.
Moving on.
Yeah, no, let's not move on.
No, but it's
that's
great.
huge. But I'm just being honest with you, bro.
Yeah, no.
The Legend Killer. I know Mick Foley had everything to do with it. The idea itself, I'm not exactly sure. But Mick Foley made me, man. Talk about coming around. He let me spit in his face. Harley Race.
Dude, Okay, Harley's one of the toughest guys in the history of the business.
Yeah.
Well documented.
Yeah, rest
we
his
both
soul.
love him. What did you think when you were going to spit in this guy's face?
Oh, I knew he was going to take a swing at me, and I knew I better get out of the way. I don't care what age the man was. I did not want to get knocked out on live television doing this with him. But old school, goes back, loved my dad. And that goes to that, a lot of these guys that were like this with my man, that respect was there. Like, I'm Cowboy Bob's son. They loved him. Like, you're Bob's kid? Let's go. I'm going to do what I can. So here, just like Mark, just like Taker with the arm drags and the hip tosses and the backdrops and yada, 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 here's Harley Race. That was huge for me, man. And same with Mick. I spit in Triple H's face. It was a whole thing.
So now you're this legend killer.
Right.
That is an identity which that's home base. That's the mothership.
Sure.
Did you feel that enabled you to form decisions heat-based or that would help
I had an
define the
identity.
character?
I wasn't just a third generation guy.
Copy.
I wasn't just Cowboy Bob's son anymore. I was a guy who was taking out all these names. And graciously, I had a long list of names that I was taking out. Mick, I believe, was the first. Can't say enough about Mick.
Well, we're going to go
in
to
a positive light, yeah.
Because you would go on to WrestleMania 20, and Evolution would have a match with the Rock and Sock connection.
Sure.
But that would lead to a match, a hardcore match, Backlash 2004 with Mick Foley.
Yeah.
So we have footage from that match. Let's go to that footage. What's timing on these swings with this barbed wire bat? Up, lose the can, you're out of here. Get out, kid, get out. Here you go. Watch me. Great timing. Great timing. Great timing. You know, when things happen like this, good. When someone's holding back and it's not happening right, it's no good.
Right. Oh, no.
So, up to this point, okay, Randy, let's just face it. You're a good-looking guy, model type, really. I know you don't feel this way about yourself. Okay, stuff in the eyes.
Yeah.
But you're this technician, great athletic ability. But I really think this match changes the way people see you.
100%. I didn't know going in. I knew how lucky I was to be in the position I was in,
Right.
but I didn't understand after we did this, and it was in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada, sold-out crowd, probably one of the biggest, loudest houses I've ever been in front of, and they were there the entire time.
Oh, man. Dude,
That's,
how
yeah.
was that?
So, I mean, it was a Steve.
Yeah. Thank you.
It wasn't great. The tacks in my fingers, hands, and elbows.
Those are the ones that
nerve
hurt.
endings. Yeah. And then I think he rolled me up right after, and then they all just went deeper. Sacco.
Know where the sock was, right?
Oh, yes, sir.
Yeah.
Well, that's what made it all the better.
Yeah. Okay, you come out RKO. Mick tried to get me to do these thumbtacks one time in a match, and I said, man, I don't think we need them.
Yeah.
So I escaped it.
So
But
I needed it.
You did.
Yes. You didn't, I did.
Nice kick out.
You know, I still got them tacks.
Do you?
I keep everything I can get my
Oh,
hands
that's
on.
good.
Yeah.
I didn't keep enough.
Yeah. My father didn't keep anything.
Ooh, right there on the barbed wire bat. Look here, grapevine leg. I always love the way Mick gives that last-ditch kick. Stand down for the three, last-ditch kick. It's the fighting spirit.
And no one does that anymore. And you know what? That is good because that just shows. That
It's instincts.
Yes. You just had me.
So,
Well, dig this. I just heard about a dating website where the women hunt you. Yeah, that's right. It's called CougarLife.com. So, who are the women on CougarLife.com, you ask? I will tell you. They're divorcees that are desperate to date. Single moms who are tired of sitting at home. And single women in their sexual prime. The one thing they all have in common is They're all prowling CougarLife.com looking for a hot young stud. So if you're tired of playing games with girls at the bar, join CougarLife.com for free. That's right, for free. And meet women who know what they want. Hey, guys, do I need to spell it out for you? With over 4 million members and someone new joining every 16 seconds, Cougar Life is so confident you'll hook up with a hot cougar, they now guarantee it. Who hadn't fantasized about being with a MILF? Ho-ho, that's every guy's dream. Well, dig this. I just heard about a dating website where the women hunt you. Yeah, that's right. It's called CougarLife.com. So, who are the women on CougarLife.com, you ask? I will tell you. They're divorcees that are desperate to date. Single moms who are tired of sitting at home. And single women in their sexual prime. The one thing they all have in common is they're all prowling CougarLife.com looking for a hot young stud. So if you're tired of playing games with girls at the bar, join CougarLife.com for free. That's right, for free. And meet women who know what they want. Hey, guys, do I need to spell it out for you? With over 4 million members and someone new joining every 16 seconds, Cougar Life is so confident you'll hook up with a hot cougar, they now guarantee it. Who hadn't fantasized about being with a MILF? Ho-ho, that's every guy's dream.
All right, so you go through that.
Yeah.
I guess you come out unscathed, right?
Yeah.
But a year later, you're going to work a triple threat at WrestleMania 22 against Kurt Angle and Rey Mysterio.
Right.
But 2 days later,
Yeah.
he gets suspended for 60 days.
Yeah.
What happened there?
Oof.
The family-friendly version.
Yeah, I don't think there is one, Steve.
Off the reservation?
Yeah, off the reservation, dark. That 60 days happened for, reasons. And then during that 60 days, I did some other that kind of landed me a spot where I needed some help. And I got the help and I came back and I still wasn't right. And then it was about probably a good year in the middle of 2007 where I was working with Edge and then I think Cena, where I kind of came out of that funk. And luckily, everything was all right.
Let's pick it back up and talk about Rated RKO.
Okay, yeah.
Because it seemed like, so you and Edge have a great chemistry together. And it seemed like when they put you guys together as tag team, it seems like, because how much are you enjoying your ride up until this point? Because are you really enjoying it?
At this point, so this is 2007, I'm pretty sure.
Yep.
So now this was like just about to see the light at the end of the tunnel for myself. And Edge was great because we really bonded back then. And he was great for me because he kind of picked up where I was lacking. And with the things that I was going through, I believe I was lacking because of those things. And he was like a big brother to me. And he I feel like we did some really good and I have him to thank for it. I really do. But
it's interesting. It kind of goes back to the time you had met all those years before, right?
Sure.
Maybe we'll do something together.
Sure.
So you guys had great chemistry, had a good time together. But somewhere along the way, I don't know where my timeline is, but
I know where you're at.
Motorcycle accident?
That was in summer of 2008. I had just broke my clavicle in a match with Triple H. Now I'm in all this pain. But I've ceased the old lifestyle.
Yep.
I learned how strong that I was, like in here and up here, when I was able to go through that injury and not need any help. Now I didn't need a surgery, mind you.
Right.
But broken bone, it sucked. Put in a harness for about a month, and then a month later, I'm riding my motorcycle back on the bike, and someone cuts me off at night. I get blinded. I hit some gravel. Boom, I put it down. Re-break that clavicle. So yeah, needless to say, I used to love riding, but sold all the bikes at that point. I had bigger fish to fry. But twice broken clavicle on the left side, but the least problematic of any of my injuries by far.
With the injuries that you have had, how do you deal with that now?
Yeah, I mean, and the trainers, the WWE docs will tell you, I'm pretty in tune with my body. I've had, and we all have our right?
Oh, no, but for me, it was like, dude, when I get taken out of a picture, I'm like, really?
Right.
I get dropped on my head and I'm out for a year with a neck surgery?
Yeah. Oh, well, that's a different story.
But you just taking the stride or are you cool?
Right. Well, so there's two ways there. So if you're out for a year and you're not on the road and having to deal with that, that's a whole nother ball of wax. Now, if I'm on the road and I'm working through injuries like I am now, and I have all these existing injuries, there's a way where my training kind of involves activation and stretching. I lift weights, but it's all about high repetition. The form is everything. I know that I'm not going to pack on 20 pounds of muscle. It's all about maintaining because when it comes down to it,
I feel you.
yeah. And it took me a while to realize that, but that's not where the money is when it's concerning me. I've never been a body guy. I never felt that I was one anyway. What?
That's funny to hear you say that because you had a good body, but you weren't. But to your point, you weren't a body guy because you weren't the muscle-bound bodybuilder type.
Right.
And
well,
like me, I had somewhat of a body, but I was that kind of, hey, dude's got some pretty decent arms or whatever, but he's not a body guy.
We're our own worst enemies.
Right.
Like you look in the mirror, you pick it all out. I'll see pictures from 5 years ago where I'm like, I got to get back in that kind of shape. But then my wife brought it to my attention the other day. She's like, but back then in 2014, when you looked like that, you thought you looked like you're never going to be happy. You're never going to be happy. So if you can somehow figure that part out of it, and for me, it's like at 40, I want to wrestle another decade if I can. So I know that it's not about getting my pecs out to here like Bobby Lashley and Batista's.
Yeah.
It's about making sure that my shoulder stays in it.
But for some reason, it's kind of like when you would just say, oh man, you got the body guy groups. It's almost like the hairband groups.
Right.
It's almost like an insult, or get labeled as such, which means if you're a body guy, you can't work.
Right.
There's been a lot of body guys that can work.
Yeah, that's not true at all.
But you know what I'm saying.
Of course.
So you're not a body guy.
Yeah, and I just need to maintain, it's all about longevity for me, man. I want to be able to do this as long as I can. I don't see branching off to do this or that or the other like a lot of guys do. This is my home. This is what I want to do. I am a professional wrestler.
Amen. Since you're not a body guy.
Yeah.
How about another shot?
Oh, I don't know, Steve. Okay, fine.
Pour you half shot?
Shit, I'll do whatever you want to do, bro.
I think we're doing pretty good here.
How about to
call it?
To the body guys that can't work.
Hey,
cheers. They need one too, right?
Dude, I almost sprayed that on you. You almost busted me. Hey, earlier we were talking about Edge. Want to shift gears, talk about Christian. You guys would start a rivalry over the world title, and he would make 2011 one of your best years.
Yes, I think 09, 11, and then 2020 were my three best if I could sum it up. But Christian, one of the best minds when it comes to creatively looking at a match and figuring out how to execute them. There's stuff I've done with him that I've never done beforehand or after because it was all him. And I was able to execute his ideas the way that he saw them. But I got to give credit where credit's due. He knows his.
He does. And the way when I watch this match, you're roughly the same age, but he's playing that grizzled, time-tested veteran, almost seemingly in this role, and he's working heel. So effectively, are you a tried and true heel here, or are you working baby?
I think
it's kind of a hybrid.
I think in this point in my career, it's a hybrid. I'm taking best of both worlds, and depending on the opponent, of course, I'm doing what I need to do to make that story make sense. I knew at this point in my career, unlike I did 7 years prior in 04 when I won the title for the first time, I knew how to kind of merge the two and get the best of both worlds.
Right.
And I knew I didn't have to do a 180 and change completely to be some good guy.
Which you do back in the 101 days because you think, hey, got to be a good guy, got to be a bad guy. Yeah, when you really get it, not so much. Let's go to some action from this match because this is one of my favorite matches of yours.
Watch yourself, Randy. Turn around. You're not going to like the view, though.
Wham, that's nice. Nice timing. Jumps off a turnbuckle. Look at the cell there. Okay, here we go. This is sweet right here. Look at the way he's playing that.
Yeah.
Not too high, not too low. Cocky. No, not so fast. Reversal. Wham. Boy, you talking about your T's? The thoracic region?
Oh, my, right.
Nice sell job. Probably a shoot. He's looking at you in a disgusted look here. Gonna go for the concerto with the chair.
That's right. That's right.
Timing. Taking his time. Oh, okay, here it is. This is your thing, right? Spits on you. Here we go. I think he just maybe made a big mistake.
Yeah.
Okay. Shock the hands there. Okay, here you go. This look. Wham! Nice. That's a good chair shot here.
Yeah, if you're swinging that mother, you got to swing it.
Gotta swing them.
Yeah.
Nice bump here. Good edge. Wham. Oh, into the table. Down. I accidentally kicked the chair. You know, that nice.
Yeah,
We're trying to. Okay.
sure.
Nice. Where'd you come up with that quick power slam? I mean, it's been around forever, but you just rotated it real quickly. That was always
Yeah,
nice.
you know what? It depends on the guy that I'm giving it to, on how fast we come around.
Nice here. Wham. Here we go. Got a follow-up question
I
here.
think I'm remembering what we do here.
Yeah, it catches you off guard with the stick. Okay, nice position. Here you
we
go.
adjusted
Wham! Sweet. Sweet.
Yeah.
And watch the cover. Watch the cover. He tumbles over like a pile of shit. You just drape across
Yeah.
him. Just because you beat the shit out of each other, it's taking a toll, and then wham, there's the cover. And you don't need the deep hook on the leg, right? It's just
Right.
so the match took its toll.
Well, dig this. I just heard about a dating website where the women hunt you. Yeah, that's right. It's called CougarLife.com. So, who are the women on CougarLife.com, you ask? I will tell you. They're divorcees that are desperate to date. Single moms who are tired of sitting at home. And single women in their sexual prime. The one thing they all have in common is they're all prowling CougarLife.com looking for a hot young stud. So if you're tired of playing games with girls at the bar, join CougarLife.com for free. That's right, for free. And meet women who know what they want. Hey, guys, do I need to spell it out for you? With over 4 million members and someone new joining every 16 seconds, Cougar Life is so confident you'll hook up with a hot cougar, they now guarantee it. Who hadn't fantasized about being with a MILF? Ho-ho! That's every guy's dream.
And that's a feel thing, too. It's like you're out there in the moment, and that's the thing I tell the guys that approach me with questions a lot of times is you're in the moment. You got to be able to think out there and not be worried about the 1,800 things you worried about beforehand. You got to be able to just go on the fly.
Right.
You know, body language, facials, listen to the crowd. You can't do all that if you're thinking about 100 maneuvers. You can't. I can't.
No, you know, I was talking to Zach Wild from Black Label Society a long time ago, and he's playing all this crazy shit in his room. We was about to go to Ozfest, and I told him, I said, Zach, I said, man, what are you thinking when you're playing all that shit? He goes, I ain't thinking. He goes, if you're thinking, you're stinking.
Yeah,
You know what?
wow.
And so it kind of applies to what we do.
Sure.
I mean, you are thinking, but it's
Yeah.
reactionary thinking, and it's instincts, and it's all the learnings and the years that you put in. So one thing leads to another, and you just kind of do it.
Trusting your instincts.
Yeah. So you're thinking along the way, but it's not like, oh, what should I do now?
We're live. You got to trust your instincts. You second guess yourself up, you already missed your beat. You already missed that camera angle. It's too late. Look at them abdominals. I just want to say right now, we got to take a
Look at
second.
the abs.
Can we?
It's an eight pack.
You know what?
Oh, finally someone wants to pour me a drink.
Is this a first?
Damn near. Undertaker might have poured me one. I can't remember.
Well.
Nonetheless,
this is-
RKO's pouring me one.
This is his bottle, so here we go. Whoops, spilled a little.
That's all right.
I'll lick it off the table. All right, here we go. All right, to my abs from 2011.
To your abs from 2011 and to Christian, who, hell of an opponent and a great guy.
To Christian. Damn
Here's
right.
another thing. People always ask me how I came up with the what thing. I called Christian on his cell phone. Of course, he didn't answer because it was me calling. So I left him this long-winded message, and I'd say something stupid. I'd go, what? Kind of keep going, go, what? And keep going. By the time I hung up the phone, I left him like a 2-minute message. I was like, and I was working Hill at the time. I was like, I think I got something here.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
how the
yeah.
what was invented. So not only was he a great opponent for you, and this is a hell of a match, one of my favorites of yours, he helped me come up with the what thing.
Oh, that's awesome.
I don't think that we could talk about your career if we didn't talk about one of your most formidable opponents, John Cena.
Oh, of course.
What about John Cena? Tell me about the chemistry from OVW days to as many times as you guys worked together. And you know what? Because you guys were the top guys,
Yeah.
I mean, you almost wrestled too many times.
Yeah. Oh, indeed. Indeed.
But they didn't have anything else.
No, and I learned a lot from him. I learned so much from him because I was in my head a lot. And I worked with him early on, but it wasn't until midway through my couple decades here that we really put in a couple hundred matches with each other, live events and everything. I've never known, hustle, loyalty, respect. Like, dude, that hustle, that's a real thing. I've never known anybody to ask as many questions and just jump outside of his comfort zone and try all these things. He was the one that got me to realize that listening to the crowd was everything. Now, you're talking Ric Flair, Triple H, Shawn Michaels, Undertaker, all these guys, they taught me so much. But I get out there with John, there's a certain level of, we're good, just listen. He was so over too.
Oh,
If
he's
you're working-
super over.
So that's
Yeah,
the deal,
right.
right? Like,
Yeah.
that helps. He charged me in the corner, go down. John's down for the next 18 hours. I'm stomping his brains out, and the entire arena is just Cena.
Yeah.
Like,
Could blow the roof off.
magic. And there was that magic you guys had in that Attitude Era that I didn't get to be a part of. There's some magic that we had during, our era. Those crowds, man, and the ease at which it was to work with him and the ability that he had to kind of get me to go, oh, okay, so we're in charge.
Yeah. Thank you.
We were able to go out there and just have fun. I learned a lot from John. One of the smartest men that I've ever been in the ring with, man.
I want to play some footage from TLC in 2013. It's a title unification match.
This is a ladder match?
Yes,
Oh.
but I want to ask you about a point in the match. Play the footage for me, please. All right, there's John. He's about to get it. No, but see, you had handcuffed him to the turnbuckle.
Okay.
And so now you're about to pull him down. There's a struggle.
Yep.
Shakespearean theater. Here we go. Come on,
war.
man. God dang, get him down. Come on, Randy. Get him down off there. He's about to grab both the belts and unify them.
Ooh. Yeah.
Okay, he goes down. Okay, no, watch this. Watch.
Welcome to your date with immortality. Randy Orton is living the moment.
It's a decision. Looking down. About to unlatch. You were up there, and you there was like a 5 or 8 second pause where you're about to unlatch them and unify, but you were looking down. What was going through your mind? Do you remember? Because that's what intrigued me about that match.
100%. So what's always going through my mind when we're in the moment? So I'm in there with one guy, John Cena. He's handcuffed, broke the table itself. He's down. I'm up there. Those are mine. And I know they're right here. And I know I got all the time in the world. The guys that are out there with us are so good at coming in and grabbing us. And I know that. And I know when that red light's on. And I know who to go to. I got all day. And all day might mean 10 seconds, might mean 20. But like, they're on me the entire time. And that FaceTime is more important. And that's what I try to tell these guys that come to me about like little things. Like that FaceTime, that camera time is more important than anything else you could be doing. So what's going through my mind then is I am in control. 110%. So you're going to watch me. And if I choose to throw you a look and look up, but then look at those titles and know they're mine, and now you're thinking, grab him because he's going to get up. No, he's not going to get up, throw a smirk, look back up. I feel like that's what it's all about. Knowing when that spotlight's yours and getting the most out of it. Just here, this is everything. And I learned that from Vince from day one. Like, oh my God, this is your money, da 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 da. There's a reason why my billionaire boss is telling me that this is everything. There's something there, so let's use that.
Well, dig this. I just heard about a dating website where the women hunt you. Yeah, that's right. It's called CougarLife.com. So, who are the women on CougarLife.com, you ask? I will tell you. They're divorcees that are desperate to date. Single moms who are tired of sitting at home. And single women in their sexual prime. The one thing they all have in common is they're all prowling CougarLife.com looking for a hot young stud. So if you're tired of playing games with girls at the bar, join CougarLife.com for free. That's right, for free. And meet women who know what they want. Hey, guys, do I need to spell it out for you? With over 4 million members and someone new joining every 16 seconds, Cougar Life is so confident you'll hook up with a hot cougar, they now guarantee it. Who hadn't fantasized about being with a MILF? Ho-ho! That's every guy's dream. Well, dig this. I just heard about a dating website where the women hunt you. Yeah, that's right. It's called CougarLife.com. So, who are the women on CougarLife.com, you ask? I will tell you. They're divorcees that are desperate to date. Single moms who are tired of sitting at home. And single women in their sexual prime. The one thing they all have in common is they're all prowling CougarLife.com looking for a hot young stud. So if you're tired of playing games with girls at the bar, join CougarLife.com for free. That's right, for free. And meet women who know what they want. Hey, guys, do I need to spell it out for you? With over 4 million members and someone new joining every 16 seconds, Cougar Life is so confident you'll hook up with a hot cougar, they now guarantee it. Who hadn't fantasized about being with a MILF? Ho-ho, that's every guy's dream.
So you cool with years earlier, I was not enthralled with your promos.
No.
But when you started doing this next level, so no one likes to be criticized.
Yeah.
But it's part of the process. But
Yeah.
you realized your full potential.
When you were criticizing me 10 years ago, I had so many people blowing my up and blowing smoke up my ass and, oh, you're this and that, and here's this motherfucker telling me, yeah, he's a on the mic. Damn, I'm glad you did, because I needed that. And I wish it didn't take so long to get to where I realized that I should have listened. But I came around, and here I am. And now I know that the stuff on the mic is as important or more important, really, depending on what you're doing, more important than the in-ring you know?
Yeah, and that being said, it's all important because it's all a part of a circle, and you have to complete the circle.
Yep.
So when you get into a 20 by 20, going down there in OVW, all in that 16-footer. But when you get into, to me, when you get to a 20 by 20, that's the proven ground. As far as, hey, man, this is my turf. You're going to come in it. Here's how we do it.
Right.
And so that's where you prove yourself in the ring. But you got to sell that. And so you've got to relate to those people. So to anybody watching this and people at the PC, the work is the work, and you got to learn how to work. But you got to learn how to reach people. And you learn how to reach people in a very high degree. So congrats on the work. Let's move on because the pandemic hits. The match you had planned now becomes a last man standing match with no fans. I went down to the PC. I cut a promo.
I remember that.
Dude, I'm a live crowd guy. I don't hear very well, but I feel a crowd. So virgin territory.
Sure.
I've worked in front of no people before because nobody bought no tickets. Six people in the Chevrolet parking lot.
Of course.
But here we go. So you guys go out there. You're in a last man standing match. No fans. The pandemic. You guys, it's a solid match. You told a story, but how was that experience for you? Because, dude, we live and die by the crowd.
So here's where we got lucky. If you watched those matches for WrestleMania and leading up to it at the PC, no crowd noise, nothing piped in, silence. This ain't WrestleMania. Like there was this, it just wasn't. For so many reasons, it wasn't WrestleMania. But now me and Edge, knowing I was in there with a guy like that, knowing there was no crowd to react off of, to hear and know what the right thing to do was, we just kind of had a roadmap. Ring, through the gym, out the door, to the warehouse. But other than that, it was a match. The story was already told, so it wasn't that hard. I pity the guys that had to work in the ring and have a match with no noise. Now, eventually they went and they had the NXT people down there making some noise. I'm 99.9% sure that a month later, when we had our greatest wrestling match ever at Backlash, last like 2 days before Vince says, hey, we want to pipe in crowd noise. And me and Edge were like, no. It's new territory. You're going to pipe in crowd noise? Everyone's used to silence, and now we get this gimme, greatest match ever. We get Howard Finkel to announce us we get all these little bells and whistles, but I feel like that set the precedence for going forward with the piped in crowd noise. And that was like huge, huge.
I think the piped in noise so much helps the product because they're piping in the noise, which is the feedback that you're trying to elicit.
Right.
Whether you're a babyface or a heel, you're getting booed or cheered.
Sure.
So it gives you something to feed back off of just from an anchor standpoint or safety. So I like that.
Yeah.
But when you guys decided to come up with the world's greatest wrestling match, whose idea was that? Did you book yourself into a corner? You're booked into a corner.
What a stressful position to be in. But this is one of the my favorite matches that I've ever had.
Really?
It is. And I am very happy with this match. Not only because of the pandemic, and it was a weird situation to be in, but I feel like you can never have the greatest wrestling match ever. But I feel like given the shackles that we were put under, you know, it was an uphill battle. I feel like we did everything we could to do our best. And we had the NXT crowd there too. And to be able to feel that, you know, here's these guys, 5, 10, 15, whatever years younger than me, looking at me like, yeah, whatever, you know, like they're watching like, yeah, this is how it's done. Like there was a sense of pride in that too. So not only were we out there wrestling and working with no crowd, with the piped in noise, with all the little bells and whistles, but we had that NXT, it was like class. It was like, let's show them how it's supposed to be done. And we took our time and we got everything out of it and we got all those camera angles and it's one of my favorite matches. And again, man, like I do what I do well, whatever. That dude right there, he's one of those ones tied for top GOAT status. Yeah.
But with you guys being on the level that you're at, when you don't have that crowd noise, it's like, hey, man, I want to put on a clinic, show these guys what it's all about, but also to everybody else that's watching, this is what we do, and we're about to show you how it's done without a crowd. Now, that's not said.
Right,
It's a presentation to them, right? It's a match.
Oh, God, of course.
So the crowd noise helps because you're always looking for a response, but when you're not getting a response or if it's piped in, it's still the fact that you're working.
Right.
And it's all about the work.
It almost.
Am I right?
So I'll tell you, yeah, you're right. And at the same time, these pay-per-view matches that we have, like I've kind of gotten into the position where I can take 5 or 10 minutes or not, and Vince trusts me that I know best for what's going on in the ring because I'm there in that particular moment. So that helps that there's not this countdown clock, that we're not on TV going to dead air. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, so all that comes into play. All that comes into play.
I want to talk about your relationship and your matches with Drew McIntyre.
Okay.
What are your thoughts on Drew?
Originally, had no interest being in there with him. We got closer and closer and closer and closer. And he grew on me. And we had like 3 or 4 pay-per-view matches, and I slowly learned more about this guy. I did watch y'all sit down when it came out, and like, man, you know, I felt that. And I've gotten to know him to the point where I know he's got a good heart, and I know he loves this business, and I know that this business has given everything that I have, has given it to me, and he feels the same way, and here we are. Let's do what we can to elevate each other and to make what we love as great as we can. And for me to be a threat to you, yeah, that helps me. But now you have a hole to dig up out of and come up and overcome. And I've been around, 12, 13, 14-time champion. Like now you got me on my heels. Like it's the best of both worlds. And we eventually got there. But it took a couple months to get there. But he's good in my book.
It's interesting to know because of where he came from. When he came here and Vince said, hey, you're my guy.
Chosen one.
He was the guy.
Yep.
Well, then not so much. Then he goes back to England. To his credit, didn't take no time off, made that a thing, and worked his way back. Moving that out of the way, you guys developed this chemistry.
Yes.
Okay, you're the consummate worker. He's a damn good worker.
Yes.
But with the understanding that you have, I like the promos, love the matches. You drew me in, and I turned it. You know, I like to believe. Here's one of the promos along the way with you and Drew McIntyre.
Now you say that I should have been fired years ago. You're right. I should have been fired. Over and over and over again. I should have been fired multiple times, but I wasn't fired. You were fired. You want to know why? Because I am more valuable to this company than you ever were or ever will be. I have been given chance after chance, second chances, third chances, 4, 5, 6, the list goes on. I have been given those chances, Drew, because I am the chosen one. Then, now, and forever.
Nice play on that.
Yeah.
But you know what? First of all, you're really sticking up his ass there.
Sure.
But also what it's saying is, like, you know, you go to some high-profile NFL players. Sometimes you bring a little baggage with you. But, hey, if you got upside, you're going to get more chances.
Sure.
You went through the things that you went through, as I did.
Yeah.
But if you
Sure.
got upside and you can deliver, you get those opportunities. Am I reading that wrong in that promo?
No, not at all. You hit it dead on. I'm saying it and believing it because I know that it is real. And that I feel like that helps the whole story and helps us get to where we need to get.
Well, dig this. I just heard about a dating website where the women hunt you. Yeah, that's right. It's called CougarLife.com. So, who are the women on CougarLife.com, you ask? I will tell you. They're divorcees that are desperate to date. Single moms who are tired of sitting at home. And single women in their sexual prime. The one thing they all have in common is they're all prowling CougarLife.com looking for a hot young stud. So if you're tired of playing games with girls at the bar, join CougarLife.com for free. That's right, for free. And meet women who know what they want. Hey, guys, do I need to spell it out for you? With over 4 million members and someone new joining every 16 seconds, Cougar Life is so confident you'll hook up with a hot cougar, they now guarantee it. Who hadn't fantasized about being with a MILF? Ho-ho, that's every guy's dream.
Man, to me, reality is reality. The truth is the truth. And when people can believe what they're saying and they buy into it, and hey, this really is personal.
Yeah.
But I dug it, dude. So as a fan, I'm invested. And so the rivalry eventually leads to an important match in your career, a Hell in a Cell match. How many of these have you been in?
So the Hell in a Cell with Drew was the 8th time that I stepped in that structure. For him, that was the very first. So right there, we've got a story. And so here we are. Looks like Drew's entrance. He's looking at the cell, but here I am.
Who's this guy in the back?
Hey now. There we go. He knew I was coming. He could smell it.
Dude, y'all match up well. He's a bigger dude than I thought he was.
Talk about a body guy that can work.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
But I don't feel like he's trying to be a body guy. You know what I mean?
Less and less and less and less. Once he got that body, I think he realized that that's not a crutch that he needed. It was the work, his promos. Oh my God, you talk about my promos getting better than last year? Yeah. This dude's been killing it. And he's a student of the game. I wouldn't doubt that he's been taking acting lessons on the side. That bump right there.
Nice. When did you first come up with that fist pump on the mat? Stay with the action. We'll go to that in a minute. Oh, reverse. Okay, here we go.
Backslide, false C.
Good.
There we go. Sabida. Nope.
Yep.
Hup. Hey.
Oh, that looked like it hurt.
Oh, of course not.
A little snug.
Yeah. Well, that's Drew.
Nice. Wham! Hell yeah. Nice stiff leg there. You hit the RKO, kind of went stiff on you. Yeah, nice
number 14 there for me. That was.
Proud of the 14? How do you feel about the 14?
How do I feel about the 14? To me, that's everything. At this point, I've had, like that first title run we talked about when I was 24 years old, that lasted a month. You know, I've had some short ones, some short title reigns. I've had a couple, 3, 4, 5, 6-month title reigns. So when I see a guy like AJ or some other guys that have had the title for a year or 2 years, like I want that. But that number, 14, that means a lot to me. Because you look at the men in history that have had the title multiple times, that specific title, Ric Flair, John Cena, are tied, I believe, at 16.
Yeah,
and then
you're tied with Triple H.
I am at 14. So there's a story there somewhere, man. Who knows? The stars align, and Ric Flair's the special guest referee against John Cena and I to see who takes number 17. There's a lot that could happen there, and it's only with that small group of men. And number 14, that was huge. Whether you're in the business, not in the business, a fan or not a fan, that means something. So to be one of the few men in the world that have gotten to that point, to have that amount, like, say what you will about what we do, it's real to me, damn it, when it comes to that.
Amen.
Yeah, no, I'm
100%.
okay.
So it still means the same to you as it did back then.
Yeah, if not more, because I'm wiser with my years. Nobody's more blessed than I am when it comes to this business.
Okay, like I said at the top of the show, you're on top of your game. I mean, you've always been great in the ring on the mechanical standpoint.
Right.
And then the psychological standpoint, taking people on a ride. Are you enjoying it?
There was a period in my career where I was going through the motions. You could probably look back and you might, if you were watching back then, you would have seen it. Someone like you would have seen it. But I have this newfound respect. And there's a lot of different reasons why I have that newfound respect for this business. I always knew that my upbringing and the bills were paid and my father put food on the table because that's what he did. And he was wrestling more. I'm about to wrestle more than anyone that's ever wrestled in a WWE ring before. But when it comes to the schedule my father had and the time he put in on the road, the time away from family, all that, like, he paved the way. And now here I am, and I'm enjoying the fruits of his labor. And now I feel it's time. It's time for me. And I feel like I'm still in my prime. I'm with what I'm able to do on the mic in the ring, I'm still in my prime for the time being, and I want to be able to give back. So after looking at someone like Drew McIntyre and looking at the 4-month run we had together, and thinking about the little tidbits I could give him after he won the title back from me, looking to me in Gorilla, and I don't think anyone else was around, and he told me to my face, and this means so much to me. He said, "You did more for me than anybody in this business with what you did for me in that ring tonight." And all it was selling and believing in him and letting him do his thing and getting that feedback from somebody like that who I believe loves and respects this business and deserves, those tidbits of information I might be able to help him with, or in the ring, whatever, have you, like, it makes me feel good. Now here I am, and I'm in this position. I can help these younger guys, and I'm having fun with it, Steve. Like, I really am. Like I said, man, 100 times, the older I get, the more I realize, like, this is who I am. This is what I know, and give back. Just like those guys, like Taker, taking those bumps. Like Rick, when he didn't have to, teaching me how to tie up snug and do that correctly. Like Triple H, taking me under his wing, seeing me sell that figure 4 on the floor and going, off that sell, okay, 3rd generation, Daddy's Cowboy Bob, okay, let's give him a shot. All that, like, that's why I'm here. It's not just because my dad called Lanza Gurria, Bruce, and Tom Pritchard. I had help the entire way through my career. And now here I am, and I want to give back. I also want to kill it, and I also want to stay in my prime and do the best I can for as long as I can. But in the meantime, I can help guys along the way. It doesn't hurt me any to help guys. So I really enjoy being in this role. And it's alien to me to think that I could feel that way about what I do.
Well, dig this. I just heard about a dating website where the women hunt you. Yeah, that's right. It's called CougarLife.com. So, who are the women on CougarLife.com, you ask? I will tell you. They're divorcees that are desperate to date. Single moms who are tired of sitting at home. And single women in their sexual prime. The one thing they all have in common is they're all prowling CougarLife.com looking for a hot young stud. So if you're tired of playing games with girls at the bar, join CougarLife.com for free. That's right, for free. And meet women who know what they want. Hey, guys, do I need to spell it out for you? With over 4 million members and someone new joining every 16 seconds, Cougar Life is so confident you'll hook up with a hot cougar, they now guarantee it. Who hadn't fantasized about being with a MILF? Ho-ho! That's every guy's dream.
Who would have thought 20 years ago that you would be in the place that you are in now? You were picked to be in an elite group called Evolution. And that group helped propel you to the next level as a legend killer onto the Viper to where you are now. But also the evolution of Randy Orton as the man, speaking to the leadership in the locker room, because clearly you would have never thought you would be in this position back then to say, hey man, let me help this cat out. Let me help this cat out. Let me drop some knowledge on this guy. So you've had a great career. You continue to have a great career. You'll keep moving forward. But with that being said, I know you're still hungry to stay in the business of sports entertainment. You've done movies, you've done some TV episodes, but what is left for Randy Orton to accomplish in the business of sports entertainment?
I'm very happy with the business side of it. I'm very happy with everything when it comes to what this company, what this business has given me from very young till now. I'm blessed and lucky for all day, right? But I just couldn't see myself ever not being involved in WWE. I couldn't see myself ever not being a talent in WWE. One day, maybe a producer, probably not. But I got a love for this. I got a love for this feeling.
Well, you know what?
And I want fans back. I want fans back in the crowd. I can't, that's huge. This has been hard.
It's the satisfaction of doing something that you love and the fact that you can still do it at a very high level. So why should you not continue to do what you do?
So that in I think the satisfaction going forward lies in the fact that I can give back and I can do things like take hip tosses and arm drags from a 22-year-old and I can give them something. And then Vince can come to me and say, what are you doing? Amigo, isn't that what it's all about? And then here we are, full circle. I'm right back where I was 21 years ago in reverse. I'm in the opposite position and I'm able to give back. And I think that's a beautiful story. Like, I feel like I've lived a very privileged life. I'm in a position now where, I've accomplished everything here. Really everything. My satisfaction, I think, lies in my ability to do a good job in the ring still, be in my prime, and be able to contribute to the younger guys to where when I'm done in ring, when I'm done and I'm not in-ring talent anymore, there's these guys that can say, talking to you one day, right here at this same table, Randy pulled me aside, and that was a light bulb came on. That would mean the world to me.
Looking back at your career, any major changes? You are who you are. I am who I was. I am. I did things I did. Would you do anything different? I mean, I was a little bit of a savage in my day, and I don't know if people know that, but I was what I was. But I demanded the best that I could get. Would you do anything different? Or what would you pass along to the generation that's watching this, that's trying to get a jump and get in the groove and turn themselves into something? Would you have any words of advice before we go home?
As far as me doing anything different, no matter how many mistakes I've made, the ups and the downs. I don't know if I'd be here if I did anything different. So I'm going to say to that question, no. I wouldn't have done not one thing different. As far as advice to younger guys, it'd be to find that confidence, find that way to look in the mirror and believe in yourself and see your eyes and deliver that promo or think of that spot or come up with it. Whatever you're doing for your character to make this show what it can be, to trust your instincts. At the end of the day, you know yourself better than anybody else, and to trust your instincts.
Trust your instincts. My instincts are to grab his bottle of Jack for one final round. This is to go home. Randy Orton, myself, hang on, this is the bottle that I started with The Undertaker. We're taking it home. Taker, if you're watching, I'm gonna get you to sign this bottle for me.
I was gonna say, I feel like I'm about to get a little emotional right now.
Shot of Jack. Let's take it home. Cheers, Randy, to a hell of a career. Enjoyed the discussion. I am Stone Cold Steve Austin, Randy Orton, the Legend Killer, and the Viper. Broken Skull Sessions right here on the WWE Network. Cheers.
Cheers.
That's the bottom line.
Damn right.